Hi. Let's turn this thing off. Welcome to the I don't know the thing that I do when normally I have wine and which I don't now. Hi. I do have this. This is what is commonly referred to as water. Uh, Really not sure how people can drink this. It was W.C. Fields who once said, when they brought him a glass of this, he said, "I refuse to drink anything fish fuck in." Hang on a sec, hang on. Yeah, maybe we can. Not the same. Oh well, I'll just have to pretend. Welcome to the first and Lord willing the only that there ever will be wineless stream. We'll start by saying I think I might have finally gotten the kinks worked out. I was going to say the bugs worked out, but I know Naomi's here. I don't want to insult her. The kinks worked out of this goofy camera thing here. I never could get the stupid autofocus to turn off and stay off. I think I got that fixed. We're going to find out because it sort of comes back on by itself randomly, so we will see. We've got, Uschi is here. Hello, Uschi. Das ist nicht Wein. Ich habe kein Wein heute. But it's good to see Uschi here, and it is good to see my lovely patrons here, the good folk who were generous enough to donate for whatever the hell reason to my Patreon, which is very, very nice of you. I'm doing this for you guys because, well, you deserve a little something special for being so kind. I may eventually put this up on YouTube, but it won't be for a while. We'll let this be our little thing for a bit. Of course, it's going to be a lot of fun if Naomi draws little pictures and then puts them up and everybody says, "When did this happen?" And you can say, "Well, you should have been a patron." Yeah, well. So here we are. I'm trying to remember what it is that I used to do when I was sober. I don't, hang on. That's not helping. People are saying things down here. Hello, things. I'm going to see what you're saying. Drax is here. Hello, Drax. That lovely music at the beginning that you saw, that was by the amazing Drax, who was very, very, very kind to write basically a little symphonic piece for me. That is indeed the new theme of the wine stream, and in this case, the wineless stream. So let's see who all is here, shall we? We're going to go to the little listy thing. Let's see. Gumi Bjorn is here. Belarus, Sparkle, Furry Foxes, Striker, Chegwar, Gumi Bjorn, Moth Monarch, Silent Dawn, Silver Gatamon, Rainer Lee, Arctic Zero, me, Silent Dawn, Jittabingo, and Drax, and Striker Chegwar so far. There's a lot more people who could not make it, and I really, really do feel very, very badly about that because I initially had this set for Sunday, and I figured, yay, Sunday, because who the hell does anything on Sunday? But had to change that, as I mentioned, a familial obligation came up, and a couple folks have asked me what it is. Well, the easy answer to that is it's none of your damn business, but since you guys are friends, I'll tell you. Those of you who might have been at Anthrocon this year may have noticed my dear father is starting to feel his age. He never felt it before, but it's creeping up on him slowly, and it's getting very difficult for him to even get out of the house anymore. And my mom keeps a very, very close eye on him. He's got some medical needs that she is watching very, very attentively. And, I am a dreadful, dreadful son because I didn't really pay attention to the fact that whereas my father can't really get out of the house, neither can my mother, because she has to mind him and make sure, he's not having an affair with the old lady next door or something, which she's very worried about. So this kind of hit me like a hammer in the middle of the forehead. So I made arrangements with a dear friend who unfortunately was only available tomorrow. Her name is Ume, and I've known her a long time. She is going to take my mom out tomorrow, and they're going to do girly things, shopping, nails, whatever girls do. They're going to do that all afternoon. I'm going to go down. I'm going to sit with Dad, and we'll probably play pinochle or something, or watch a marathon of Judge Judy, which is really I like Judge Judy. She's a jilf, I'll tell you. sorry, I went away there for a second, but I'm back now. So that's what's going on tomorrow. When Ume told me they were going to get their nails done, I was like, so? Because to a guy, getting your nails done is you take a pair of clippers and you go, and you're finished. That's it. It takes 3 minutes and you're done. And you have this little pile of crescent moon shaped things. Well, apparently women don't do that or whatever. I don't know. Oh, and Drax missed the music. Well, that's okay, Drax. This will be going up on YouTube unlisted, and it will be sent out to patrons and friends. I will send you the link. If you don't get it, send me an email. By the way, if there is anybody who's watching who's not a patron and who was not specifically invited, well, it's okay. If you got here, then obviously you know somebody who's a friend, and any friend of a friend is a friend of mine, provided they buy me drinks, which is not water, which is what's in this glass, which sucks. Yeah. Let's see, what else is going on? I'm going to look down here, and have you ever watched these people when they do these streams? They do the streams and they're constantly looking like this because they're staring at themselves. I'm trying to keep an eye on this little glowing eye up here. So I am looking at you in the face. My face is seeing you. Well, I'm going to look down here now because I want to see what people are seeing. Oh, Tianlong's Human says that is totally not water. Well, Tian, you'll notice it is excruciatingly clear. If it's not water, then this is the finest sake that I have ever had because it's perfectly clear. Don't I wish? If it was that fine sake, I would not be guzzling it like I am now. And as I mentioned before, because I'm really starting to taste it, as W.C. Fields said, I really refuse to drink anything that fish fuck in. Okay, let's see. Chittabango says it's Dasai. Really, I wish it was Dasai right now. You see, I really can't afford to get inebriate right now because it's the middle of the day on a Saturday, and I hate to say it, when this stream is done, I'm actually going into work for a little while. It's the bane of being a scientist, and particularly a scientist who does contract work for other people. We bill, I should say, on a monthly basis. All the work we do has to be in by the end of the month. Well, because of this stupid Thanksgiving thing coming up, the end of the month is like this week. So we've got to cram a month's worth of work into about 3 weeks. And when you consider everybody's going to be on vacation this Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, there's a lot to do. So yes, I'm going to be going into work. It's necessary in order to get things finished. The only time that is more empty at work is that period of time between Christmas and New Year's. I don't know if anybody works at a job like that. Pardon me. Stuff goes down the wrong way all the time. I don't really take time off around that Christmas time, except maybe at New Year's itself to go and play with the Germans. Pardon. But last year, it was, I think, the 26th, 27th, so one of those days right after Christmas. This stuff is terrible. And it was me and one Jewish girl. We were the only ones in the building, and we were sitting and staring at each other. So I kind of thought about it for a while. I said, now, wait a minute. if we're the only two people here, then that makes me the senior scientist present. That makes me the de facto manager. Let's go home. Bye. I never got in trouble for it, so I guess it's okay. Oh, I make note people are mentioning the Grumpy stream last night. I was there. That was a ton of fun. The dragon Qianlong does a Grumpy stream, and he was so adorable. He had these Santa hats on his horns and a scarf on. He just looks like something out of a Currier and Ives print if Currier and Ives were on LSD. Oh, dear me. Maybe I should get some alcohol to quiet that cough. Let's see. Oh, Qianlong's human says, he was very drunk and stuff last night, and this morning he drinked of wee sky. Gee, I wonder why. That dragon must have gone through half a bottle last night. Let's see. What else is going on here? Absolutely nothing. People are talking about nothing. I'm going to open up this little file I have because we have so many folks who could not be here. I gave the offer, why don't you send in questions or send in things you want me to talk about? I note, by the way, Shuken Flash, who is one of my lovely patrons, is going to be late because of navigating a snowstorm. It is that time of year, I suppose. Well, Shuken Flash, if you're not here yet, take your time. I want you to be here alive, because if you're dead, I can't collect your money, all right? I want you here alive, so be careful. So I got a bunch of questions and things. To me, they're down here. You can't see them, but I'm pointing at them. Floopy Snow, for example, sent in a question saying, which element and or compound would you use to play a practical joke onto the ranting griffin? I guess I could start off with H2O and put it in his whiskey bottle. But I wouldn't wish that on him. I like him too much. Let's see. What element or compound would I use to play a practical joke onto the ranting griffin? I could always use iron and drop an anvil on his head like in the cartoons, but that would probably hurt. There's always the alkaline earth metals, lithium, sodium, francium, those things that tend to go boom when they get in touch with water. No, but they're kind of expensive. Let's see. Carbon dioxide, and here's why. My dear friend and colleague, To the Ranting Griffin, has told stories of the occasional tipple with lysergic acid diethylamide, that is LSD. I don't know if he does any more or not, but if he does, or if I should happen to catch him when he's crammed full of that carrot beer that his boyfriend gave to him, I want to catch him sometime when he is not necessarily in his right mind, because what I intend to do is I intend to sneak into his bathroom, because we all know that a drunk will eventually, and sometimes very, very frequently, need to visit the bathroom. I'm going to sneak into his bathroom, and I'm going to put 3 things into the toilet. First, I'm going to break open a green glow stick and pour all that stuff into the toilet. Then I'm going to spray some dishwashing detergent down in there. And then I'm going to throw in a few handfuls of dry ice. So when To, in his mind-altered state, goes in there and opens the lid and sees this glowing green foam, bursting out of the toilet at him, he will probably have a heart attack and fall over dead, but it will be hilarious when he does. So, yeah, that is the answer to the question. That is what I would do. Oh, Furry Foxes, hello. You were away helping Mom, which is perfectly fine. That's why I'm here today. I'm helping my mom. Let's see. And Gummy Bjorn says, he will crap his pants. That wouldn't be very adorable, but it would also be hilarious. And let's face it, he's kind of getting to that age where that might happen anyway. Oh, yeah. We are both getting very old. I recently passed that great milestone. I am now 50 years old. And I was going to scan this, but I'm a lazy bastard, and I'm really a dreadful, dreadful friend for that. But I got this nice birthday card that was actually made, I imagine, by Naomi, because it certainly looks like her work here. I'm going to hold it up here. This is a happy 50th birthday card that I got from a very, very lovely lady at a recent convention, and it's even got artwork on the inside. You know, that I suspect that's meant to be me. And that's not water in that bottle. So thank you for the birthday wishes, and thank you, Naomi, for the absolutely gorgeous and adorable little thing. I will scan it, honest, and I will put it on the inter things that I have over my shoulder here. Put that in a safe spot. Let's see. Oh, what's this? Bella Rose, is there any furry comics that show Kagamushi as a main or supporting character? On a frequent basis or a regular basis, no. I have had walk-ons of my character. The Jack comic, which sadly is on hiatus, but in its heyday, I made some appearances in Jack, which totally blew my mind. I loved it. I had one appearance a number of years ago in Kevin and Kel. Bill Holbrook slipped in my little character, and it was great. I've got the original of it here somewhere. I'm going to have to put it up. But Bill drew a strip that had Rudy, his young wolf character, is sitting there, and all these obvious different species of creatures are going by, and one's got like lobster claws, and one has fins, and one has hooves, and one has paws, but they all have these giant human heads on that come all the way down to their waists. And he's watching them go by. In the last panel, we see a banner that says he's at Manthrocon, get it, Manthrocon, and there's a tiny little cockroach in a lab coat that he's having a discussion with and saying, it just amazes me they can get such diversity out of a single species. That's Bill Holbrook for you. He's a very insightful man. I adore him to pieces. So, that's the answer to that question. Now, having solicited questions from people, Congo Cheetah kind of went nuts and sent an entire page full. So why not? Well, we'll get to them here. Congo Cheetah is very, very curious, almost stalking as a matter of fact, but let's see what Congo Cheetah has to say. Congo Cheetah wants to know what my favorite childhood memories are. Wow. You're asking me to remember my childhood, whereas I don't remember what I had for breakfast this morning. But I do have some lovely childhood memories. I grew up in the little town of King of Prussia, Pennsylvania. That's outside of Valley Forge. King of Prussia is the name of the town. The town fathers would have you believe that the town is named for Frederick the Great, the King of Prussia at the time. That's only partially true. In those days, in the colonial days of the Northeast, when towns sprung up, the most notable feature of any town tended to be the local bar. And as the town grew up around it, people would refer to that area by the name of the bar. And it so happened that there was a tavern that a little town grew up around. That tavern was called the King of Prussia. And hence, that became the name of the town. In other words, in Pennsylvania, in the colonial parts, most of the towns are named after the local watering hole, which is why you have the towns of Bluebell, Broadaxe, Trappe, which is a German word that means steps. It was Treppe at the time because it had a long set of steps going up. The list goes on and on. Anytime you see a goofy word that's not an Indian word like Conshohocken or Wissahickon or something like that, it was because there was a bar there. And you can imagine that 250 years ago, it was the scene of much revelry and guys coming out and barfing all over the place, which is a wonderful thing to name your town after. Why not? My favorite childhood memories would be of growing up in King of Prussia. I had a rather carefree childhood. I was a happy young kid. I very, very much enjoyed playing outside. Now, this, I think, is a concept that I have to explain to the folks of the younger generation, the kids whose thumbs can tap out the entirety of War and Peace in 45 seconds. There's a place on the other side of the windows. It's called Outside. And it's a remarkable place. It has animals and plants. And in fact, you'll sometimes find this whole area of plants we call grass, or in England, we call it the garden. And it really is a mystery every day as to what you're going to get. Sometimes it'll be warm, sometimes it'll be cold, sometimes it will be raining, sometimes it'll snow. When I was growing up, there was a lot of farmland and a lot of woodland in the area, and I spent a good many hours just wandering. I like to wander in the woodlands, in the farmlands. I like being out in touch with nature. Clothed, though, not that in touch with nature. He goes on to ask, what you plan on doing in the future? Well, having another wine stream where I can drink, for one thing. What do I plan to do in the future? Try to keep from going crazy before I retire. How's that? That is obviously a young person's question. And it's true. A young person is constantly thinking about planning for the future. What are your plans for the future? One young person or other, what will you be doing? What's your plans for the future? When you get to be my age, your plans for the future are not dying anytime soon. That's pretty much it. What am I going to do for the rest of my life? Pretty much what I'm doing now, as long as my back can handle it. He asks, do you like candles? No. Absolutely not. I despise candles, and I get very, very antsy when people have them burning. Why? Remember, I used to work in emergency services. I was the person who responded to the house fire to try to find a way to help the people displaced. I cannot count the number of house fires I have seen that were started by candles. Dozens, maybe hundreds. I don't know. It goes on and on. I can remember so many of them. And every single person said the same thing. I only went in the other room for a few seconds. And when I came back, the whole room was ablaze. That's how house fires work. It's not like you see on television. When a person can stand in the middle of the burning room and do something heroic and hold up the flaming thing here. No. In a house fire, your average living room can go from undetected smoke to uninhabitable in the course of about 90 seconds. So if you're in the other room for just a few seconds, and when you come back in, you could have a big problem. People say, oh, I'll put it out. You've got maybe 5 or 6 seconds to put out a fire in its incipient stage before it's too big for you to get your hands on. So no, I don't like candles. Get rid of them. Get those little electronic candles that have the battery in them, and they kind of have a little light that flops back and forth. They look just as pretty. They're not going to burn down your damn house. All right, there. Oof. Ha! I'll get back to Congo Cheetah's questions later, but I want to see what other people are saying here. Qianlong's Human says, you grew up in a tavern? Basically, yes. I grew up in a place named for a tavern. Let's see. Silent Dawn. Oh, Silent Dawn asks about Newcastle. No, Newcastle is in Delaware, and that was actually named after a town in England. I forgot about that. So if it's not named after the bar, and it's not named after some Indian name, all of the names in the colonial part of Pennsylvania are stolen from someplace else. People would land and they lived in Newcastle, so they'd start up a little town and they would call it Newcastle. They grew up in a place called, Hanover in Germany. They came over and started a place called Hanover. They grew up in a place called Llanarch in Wales, so they come over and they start up a place which we now call Lanark. But it's those 2 L's, very hard to wrap your tongue around. There's a lot of those in southeastern Pennsylvania. That was an area that was once called the Welsh Tract. William Penn actually sold this big strip of land to a bunch of Welsh people. And they named the towns these incomprehensible jumble of letters, even turning some of them upside down. They put a double L in front, and then they'd put a R and a W and a Y and an N together, and it's pronounced E or something like that. So yes, I grew up in a very, very strongly Welsh-influenced area. I was taught the vowels of the English language to be A, E, I, O, U, and sometimes Y and W, because Y in Welsh, that is, let's see, I believe, that's the sound. The U is actually E, and the W is actually oo, because that's where it came from. It was a W, oo. Let's see. More things here. Striker Chegwar, that place is covered in white substance. There's a discussion of kaiju going on, and Striker says the place is covered. We're not going to go there, okay? Let's see. Furry Foxes, do you drink a flavored non-alcoholic beverage? Actually, Furry Foxes, the answer is no. If I drink a non-alcoholic beverage, it's going to be this one. Water. I'm pretending. Yeah. Anytime you put flavoring in something, other than maybe a little bit of lime peel or lemon zest, something like that, you're adding pretty much empty calories. I don't drink soda. I will drink carbonated water. I'll drink mineral water, and I'll drink the mineral water that has the lime infusion. But if it's not alcoholic, pretty much I prefer things that are just empty. Let's see. Raina Lee lights a candle, places it on the table. Thank you, Raina Lee. Don't come crying to me when it sets your living room on fire. Let's see. Oh, Silent Dawn comes from a Newcastle in Pennsylvania, west of Pittsburgh. You come from there. Yeah, I played a little joke on Silent Dawn, by the way. Last time, when I draw the pictures, and I'll be getting to that in a little bit here, when I do the drawings for patrons, I often will give them the option, if you want me to give the original to you, give me your address, and I will send it to you. Well, Silent Dawn, just to be a wag, said, "Oh, here's my address. I fully expect you to come by and drop it off in person." And he was like, well, what he didn't know was it wasn't very long after that I was planning a trip that coincidentally took me very close to his house. So he asked me to drop it off, so I did. The poor sap got home from work, and this, creepy old guy in a bowler walked up to him and handed him this drawing. You should have seen his face. I thought he was going to drop his teeth. But we had a lovely dinner after that. Thank you very much, Silent Dawn, for joining me that evening. We got to do it again sometime. But next time it's on you. Let's see. Oh, Tianlong Schumann has a question. Enlighten us with how this name concept compares to the naming convention of furries. How do you think furries come up with their names? Wow. Oh, Lordy. I haven't the foggiest idea. There are some very, very creative names out there. There's different categories of furry names. There's the species. There's blank fox, or some name that has a species in it. As a matter of fact, Anthrocon has what we call the Anthrocon registration drinking game. When we're printing up badges, we look at the badge names, and you take a drink anytime you find a name that has a species in it. If it has a color in the name, you take a drink. If it has a faux Japanese name in there, or even a real Japanese name, and the person is not from Japan, that's a drink. If it has a mystic element like snow, wind, fire, earth, sky, star, something like that, that's a drink. So, Starfire White Fox, that's a chug right there. People come up with their names that way. There are the very, very imaginative names, which, it's like, I don't know where the heck they came from. There's names uh, that are puns. I just love when people have a pun in a name. There's one person whose name I see at Anthrocon is Itadaki Mouse. Anybody who speaks Japanese, you'll understand. Itadaki Mouse. Get it? Here, it's a little joke. My own name is a pun, Kagemushi. It is a pun on Kagemusha, the shadow warrior. Mushi means bug, so hence Kagemushi, the shadow bug. Yeah, anyway. And then, let's see. I guess those are the major categories of names. Then there are the people who will just use their own real name and maybe put a species after that, like, Rob Cat or something like that. Not overly imaginative, but accurate, I suppose. Let's see, how else would furries come up with their names? I know how Fox Amore came up with his name. Or rather his persona as well as his name. Fox Amore, as you know, actually comes from Scotland. And by the way, he's going to be here for the next wine stream. That's going to be the second weekend of December. We're still deciding whether it'll be Friday or Saturday night, so stay tuned. But Fox Amore was, as a little boy, was out in the garden, and he was eating a sandwich that his mum had made for him. And this little creature came up, and he thought at first it was a dog. He didn't realize till later that it was a fox. It just came right up to him and sort of looked at him. And when he got a little closer to it, it reached out, grabbed his sandwich, and ran away. Apparently that left a lasting impression on him. So I once drew a picture of that scene because I can imagine it, this Scottish fox coming up saying, "Give me that sandwich, you wee piece of shite!" And I think my version was more accurate. Bella Rose Sparkle, what kind of diet do you have? Apparently not the best one because I'm still all pudgy around the middle. I do try to watch my caloric intake. I really try to watch the sugar. Sadly, alcohol is a carbohydrate, so that's why when I do drink, I try to exercise. And like talking very, very rapidly and making lots of gestures with the hands. That helps to burn off calories, you see. So that's why I do that when I drink. And that's pretty much it. I try to vary my diet. You have some protein, some starch, some vegetables, some fiber. People talk about color. That's also a very, very good impression. I try to make my diet very colorful. I don't eat fast food. It's not food. It's neither fast nor food, really. Taco Bell is anathema to me, heavens no. The only fast food that I will consider would be Arby's roast beef, because I think they lace the roast beef with heroin or something, because you just can't stop eating it. It's amazing stuff. Let's see. Oh yes, Drax the Musicator. I still have to scan the drawings from the last wine stream and send them to my lovely patrons. There is a bit of a lag, and here is why. I learned this after my first 2 streams. You see, the way Patreon works is I can do whatever the hell I want here. The actual charge for the patronage doesn't go through until the 1st of the month. And after the first 2 streams, when right away I would send stuff out to people, and then they would cancel their patronage before the 1st of the month. No, we wait until the month's end, and then you get your stuff. All right, that's called capitalism. It's very popular where I come from. Meh. Furry Foxes tells me that red pandas are also called fire foxes. I'll guess so. That's the first time I'd heard of that. They kind of look like fire foxes, I guess. They're like an emblem of a browser. Tianlong's Human says, haha, pudgy, snicker. What's that supposed to mean? Yes, pudgy. I have not been doing my normal exercise routine, which is weightlifting and intermingled with running outside. I still run, but my body is betraying me. My back is in awful shape, and I've got some strange nerve thing going on in my left arm. So I'm not picking up heavy things and putting them down until the physician has had a chance to poke more needles in me. Oh, good Lord. That's going to be starting off my story hour this year for the new batch. There's a medical procedure known as an electromyogram that basically they are tracing the nerve impulses, and they do it with electricity. Did you ever do an experiment in high school or maybe first year college biology where you take a dead frog that's been dead for months and sitting in formaldehyde, and you apply these electrodes to its leg and the leg kicks? That's what they did to me. That was bad enough. And that's when they get out the electric needles. The electric needles that they jab in right where the nerve endings come together. And then you start digging around with it. But you'll have to wait to my story hour to learn that one. And I am saying they put things into my arm and they jab me and they dig around and I look down and I see Moth Marner saying, that's what I plan to do. I suspected that you weren't replying to what I said, but it was kind of funny. Let's see. Oh, Drax is doing some piano practice. Well, practice well. I would say you don't need to practice, but if you insist. Let's see. And Chitabengo mentions I have the lovely goose-infested circle to run on. Yes, I do. There is a beautiful lake outside, and it has a little paved trail going around it, just about 1 mile round. When I run, I do 2 circuits of it. I run in the very, very early morning before sunrise, simply because I don't want to see what is on the trail. I am ignorant, and ignorance is bliss. I just, dip my shoes in the lake before I come back up the stairs, and everybody's happy. Furry Foxes is drinking a monster. That's your problem, not mine. God, if you knew what was in those things. Let's see. Silent Dawn. Ew, talking about a nurse scratching your bone with a 16-gauge needle. Of course, scratching your bone with a 16-gauge needle. To somebody my age, you have the immediate mental image of the old vinyl record scratch sound. I bet it made that sound too. Let's see. And Qianlong's Human points out, with the trail, we have Mr. and Mrs. Dude. That is what I call the 2 swans who live down there. I can actually see them because they're brilliant white, and even in the dark when the moon is shining, I can see them. Basically, I call them Dude and Mrs. Dude because Dude, you do not screw with him. He's a very calm, very sedate, very stately, swanly sort of beast. And he doesn't mind you getting up close to him, and he doesn't mind posing for photos or something. You try to touch him, or you make a move on his girlfriend, and he will fuck you up. I mean, he's like a martial arts swan. He will flip out at you, and he will open up a can of whoop ass bigger than your whole body. Maybe just a little. No, I'm going to work after this. Remind me that I'm going to work after this. You cannot go into a laboratory with any alcohol in you. It's just not a good idea. I'm going to go back to the list o questions Congo Cheetah sent. I'm going to intersperse things here. Favorite thing to do when bored? Well, here's the thing. I don't really get bored too often. I'm a horribly busy person. Between Amphicon things, between work, between, tending to my parents, I usually have something going on all the time. If I don't have something going on, I'll ask a friend over, or that's one of my favorite things to do, because as I'm so busy, I don't get to see my friends as often as I'd like to. But I treasure their company when they're here. Chitabengo, for example, lives very, very close by, and I will occasionally call him up and say, I'm lonely, could you come visit me? And he'll come visit an old man because he feels sorry for me and because I give him sake. But I will sometimes play around on the computer. I write as well. Some of you know I got my little stack of books over there. I have published short stories professionally. Mercedes Lackey has published 3 of my stories. There have been a few others in print in the large press. And someone once asked me, why do you only write short stories? I think it's because I have a short attention span. I don't have the patience to write a story more than 15 pages. Beyond that, it's like, this is boring. Let's wrap it up. And they lived happily ever after. Next. Let's see. Congo also wants to know, do I care for camping, hiking, etc.? We'll go to the etc. As I said, I like being out in nature. I like walking in the woods, provided there's a marked trail. I like being in the quiet, maybe because I don't get a lot of it. I don't care for hiking, the traditional hiking, where you got to put on the special shoes and you got to like climb up rocks and stuff like that. That's a little much for me. I just like to walk. I just like to wander. I'm a wanderer, not a hiker. And I don't care for camping at all. I've been camping, and between the bugs, present company excluded, Naomi, and the inside of the tent getting moisture on it and dripping on you, and snakes crawling in and saying, "Yo, I'm a snake," and I'm like, "That's cool," and yeah, I'm a snake, and bears and aliens and stuff. No, I don't care for camping. Let's see. He also wants to know any skills not many people know you have. I don't know if I really got any skills per se. I talk a lot. I got excellent balance from my yoga days. I can balance very well. Like that is anything to crow about. I write. No, I guess no. If I think of something, I'll tell you. I can drink 2 entire bottles of sake and not fall over, but you kind of already knew that too. Okay, let's get back to the real world here and see what folks are saying. Let's see. Silent Dawn is asking Ronnie, how large is Tianlong's bathtub? Tianlong is a very, very large creature. I've seen him. I would imagine his bath, actually that lake out there would probably do very, very well for him. Let's see. I'm not going to mention the naughty thing that was just said here. Let's see. Oh, Bentley Shepard, what do your co-workers know about your furry exploits? That is an outstanding question, Bentley, and I'm going to tell you. What do my co-workers know? I guess pretty much everything. Why? I don't hide it. They've heard me on NPR. They've seen my face on TV. When the Anthrocon fursuit parade group photo goes up, I always put it up over my desk. There's this tendency among furries to be embarrassed by what we do, to be embarrassed by what we are, and that actually offends me. I'm not embarrassed by it. Yeah, there's some facets of it I'd rather not talk about to my coworkers, and if they bring it up, I downplay it. But there's so much that is beautiful, so much that is fantastic, so much that is prideful in our fandom. I don't see any reason not to talk about it. And as I've said before, if you treat it like it's something dirty, like it's a deep, dark secret that you have to confess, then you're here for the wrong reasons, and we probably don't want you here. I was asked by email lately, somebody sent me an email, and I get these quite a lot, saying, I have been contacted by X media who wants to talk to me about furries. Oh boy, here we go. Okay, here's what to do. First off, X media, if it's any kind of entertainment media like HBO, like Comedy Central. Nat Geo, don't be fooled. Nat Geo is entertainment. It's not really associated with National Geographic. It's their primetime arm. Comedy Central, The Man Show. I would be very suspicious of these. And they're all going to say the same thing. Oh my goodness, I probably should save every email and just make a collage. We understand that furries have been treated unfairly by the media, but oh yeah, there's that line. And I've started, when I reply to them, I say, listen, I'm sorry, everybody has said that. The people who treated us nicely as well as the people who didn't. So don't. Yeah, I've been around the block a number of times. Let's just get one thing straight. You're not gonna fool me, okay? Let's talk. Who are you? And I'm going to go to the Googles. What else have you done? If you recently did a thoughtful article on the plight of Syrian recipes, dear me, what's in this shit? Syrian refugees. That was a senior moment right there. If your recent article was, hometown heroes or something, or even something offbeat, like Shriners, the fun things they do, and who are these little guys with the hats? That's a plus. If if the last story they did was an expose on Catholic nuns who have dildos shaped like crucifixes, no, we're finished. Thank you very much. There's the door. Don't let it hit you on the ass on the way out, okay? Look at the company, the network, whoever they are, the producers. What else have they produced? Years and years and years ago, this fellow, his name will come to me eventually. It doesn't matter. He was one of the first people to sell a rather dreadful thing to HBO. Castro, that was his name. His last name was Castro. How could I forget a name like that? He was at a convention, and the convention was happily showing him around and happily having him talk to people. They didn't do their homework. This guy's entire portfolio was porno films. Had I seen that, I basically would have said, the convention's been rescheduled. It's actually going to be 3 weeks later, and it'll be at the bottom of the Allegheny River. We'll see you there. I can't advise people any more than that. Know who you're talking to, and if you think they're okay, now it's up to you. It's up to you to make sure that you present the fandom in the light that it should be presented. And that if they start going down the dark path, you need to know how to bring them back off of it. Because there's absolutely no need for us to, as my granny used to say, air our dirty laundry in public. And it still bothers me that, you look at anime fandom, they have entire programming tracks that are dedicated to hentai. They'll have right in there, say, why do we like seeing schoolgirls get raped with tentacles from multiple orifices? Let's have a discussion about this. And they call the furries perverts? Oh, Lord of mercy. There's an anime out there called Urotsuki Doji, which is, wow. You want tentacles? You go find that thing. It's there. Whoa. Okay. Qianlong's human wants to send Chitabengo over here to make sure this is not sake. Well, once again, Qianlong's human, if this was sake, you can tell by the clarity this would be probably the most expensive, the finest sake out there. And if it was, I would not be guzzling it like I am now. Yeah. Bland. Let's see what else people are talking about. I'm going to move this out of the way. Okay. Yes, furry foxes. I think I'm proud to be furry. I'm just afraid to start the subject because people I know are prompting, or they're going to catalog our fandom. Well, that's easy. Don't start the subject. Don't walk in a room and say, "Hey, everybody, I'm a furry!" What's the point? If someone asks, then you tell them. If they don't ask, they're probably not interested. You don't have to go out and spill your guts and confess, "Oh, I have to tell them who I am." They know who you are. They see you every day. That's that guy. If they're curious about the furry thing, then you tell them about it. It was kind of interesting because about 2 weeks ago, I was in my office and a young lady from one of the other departments came over and she leaned in and she said, "Are you the Anthrocon guy?" And I said, "Yes, I am." And she said, "Where do they get the fur from?" And I said, "Oh, straight." And I went to, here's various places. She said, "Because I'm trying to find white fur that's this particular pile here." I didn't ask her why, but she was looking for this particular white fur. So I, pointed her to various pages, and there's wonderful resources out there. And she was, and I emailed her the links. So, yeah, no problem. Now, if anybody wants to think less of me for being a furry, that's not my problem. That's their problem. And if they want to make an issue out of it, they're welcome to try. Yeah. And Moth Monarch, what she wants to do with bug art is have a little more of a bridge between furry art and general audience anthropomorphic art. If you have not seen Moth Monarch's little comic that starts out, "Be kind to Moth," you really should. Now, put the link up in the thing here if you want to, because it's adorable. Really, I found myself looking at moths very differently after I saw that. I don't, get angry with them. I kind of usher them out. Just go read it. You will. Naomi does for moths what Hi We Are Spiders on Twitter has done for spiders lately. Furry foxes. Mom knows I'm furry. I explained it to her. She keeps saying it's infantile. Okay, that's her opinion. She's welcome to it. Let's see. Gummibjorn, yes, go ahead, rub it in. Why don't you? Oops, wrong button. Too much rum already. Yeah, thanks a hell of a lot. Let's see. Yes, James Blue Jay points out people go to furry cons looking for deviant sex, and they can't find it. And they either leave disappointed, or they kind of fall in love with what they see and they stay. Either way is fine. If they want to stay, that's great. If they're disappointed and leave, as I said, we probably didn't want them there anyway. Silent Dawn says, the question has never come up at work. I don't rub my furry butt in their face. Okay, Silent Dawn, I know you're a cat, but there's a lot of non-cats out here who might not quite understand what that means. Striker Chegbar put up a link down here, just a nice story on furries, which is probably going to be confusing to people when this eventually gets released on YouTube, because I'm saying, there's a link down there, and they're saying, no, there isn't. Oh, well, guess what? I'm talking to you from the past. See, I'm not here right now. I might even be dead. You never know. I might even drown. Let's see. And, yes. Naomi has put down there, be kind to Moth. It's on Fur Affinity. You can look it up. Go ahead, click on that. You guys would like it. Oh dear, Arctic Zero. Are there any stories when furries did something with good intentions but went wrong? The answer to your question is yes. A lot of them. Every single time someone has gone on to a talk show or allowed a camera crew to follow them at home or The number of times people have said, I will be the savior of the fandom. I will be the one to show the world what we are. I'm going to be the person that lets the world know what furries are all about. Yes, you are. And you got no idea what you're doing, and the people on the other side of the camera do. That's the problem. You need somebody on this side of the camera who knows just as much as the people on that side of the camera and who can bat them back when they pitch them. Let's see. Jianlong Schumann says, I'm enjoying that water immensely. I envy him as I sip this lovely glass of white. Yeah. And Chitabengo points out, yes, that's the wonders of edited journalism. I have said many times before, but I'll say it again, that one of my nightmares is to be interviewed by Stephen Colbert. You've seen the interviews. He used to do them on the Colbert Report. He would get world leaders in there. He would get national figures. And the interviews he would have with them would be so derailed, so upside down, so completely backwards. And that's because he was just creatively editing what they said in with questions that didn't get asked. And there's always some idiot out there that says, that's against the law. No, it's not. There's absolutely nothing that says that people can't do that. Go look at the law if you don't believe me. So if Stephen Colbert were to knock on my door right now, I would say, I'll tell you what, let's just save some time. I'll just say a bunch of stupid things right now, and you can put them together however you like. How's that? Oh, Lord. The example I give is this. Stephen Colbert would say, so what's it like having sex in a fursuit? And I'd say, well, sir, if your fursuits cost $9,000 and you get them all messed up and it's very, very, very uncomfortable and you're wearing your sofa, blah, blah. And he'd say, oh, I didn't think of it that way. But you're holding your convention in July. Is that a good idea? I mean, what's it like for those people out there? And I'd say, oh, it is hot. Absolutely. I cannot deny it. It is about the hottest thing you're ever going to experience. Yeah. What's going to show up on his TV show? What's it like having sex in a fursuit? Well, it's hot. I mean, that's what will happen. I recall seeing at some point an interview on the street with a young lady, and the question that's asked of her off camera, because you only see her, is, have you ever experimented with having sex with an animal? And she gets a kind of, embarrassed little look on her face, and she nods. I am positive that was not the question that she was asked, but look what happened to the poor thing. Oh, well. Have you ever strangulated someone to keep them off the entertainment media? I can neither confirm nor deny rumors to that effect. I would like to invoke the Fifth Amendment to the United States Constitution, protecting me from incriminating myself. Next question. James Bluejay, any tips for us if we do happen to find ourselves in front of a camera? I can't tell you what to do and have you do it perfectly the first time. It's going to take, hate to say it, it takes experience. It takes practice. Don't get mad. Don't get defensive. Don't get evasive. Oh, good Lord. The second they throw a question at you, if you cringe or you look away or you go, that is yes. That means yes. You have just answered the question without saying anything. If they throw a question at you that you don't mind answering, answer it honestly, completely, and briefly. If they throw a question at you you're not comfortable with, there's various ways you can, one of my favorite ways, so do you have sex in that fursuit? There's all sorts of answers you can give. There's this one. You're sick. And then just turn and walk away. They don't like that. There was once I did this, and I wouldn't recommend this because it kind of depends on the situation. You have to be able to judge the situation. It was a female reporter, and it was a number of years ago. I don't think I'll ever do this again, but she asked, do you have sex in those fursuits? And I said, well, I don't know. Does your husband do you from behind? Oh, I'm sorry. Was that a rude question? That got the point. She kind of moved on from there. Yeah, I actually felt a little ungentlemanly about that. And maybe I just feel guilty, but it stopped that line of questioning. Oh, yes, Tianlong's Human points out that Naomi should draw a furry fandom starter kit. How about we start with, no, you don't need a fursuit. Oh, good Lord. Wow. I have heard that so many times as well. I would love to be a furry, but I can't afford a fursuit. You don't need a fucking fursuit. Just come and have fun. Oh, for goodness sake. Yes, and Furry Foxes points out, getting back to the media, don't ever say no comment. No comment is a moronic statement. No comment means, yes, I did. And there, I should say still is, but at one time there was a figure in furry fandom that I was very much at odds with. Don't hear very much from this figure anymore, but this individual used to spout the absolutely brain-dead statement, there's no such thing as bad publicity. Yeah, really? Tell that to the Catholic Church. There is a lot of problems with bad publicity. Bad publicity only works for Hollywood, which thrives on scandal and makes people rich. Outside of it, it gets people to lose their jobs. So please don't tell me that there's no such thing as bad publicity, you stupid shit. Sorry, moving right along. I'm really... let's see. Yes, Drax points out alcohol is mandatory, or mandatory, I think you say over there. I really would like. Tianlong is here. Hello, Tianlong. Very, very good to see you. I hope you are feeling well this morning. You seemed a little under the weather last night, shall we say? Perhaps a little too much of that whiskey of yours. Let's see. I'm going to throw another question out there that Congo Cheetah asked. Congo Cheetah asks a very, very, very strange question. Do you like Hawaiian shirts? Well, first off, they're properly called Aloha shirts. And the answer, I really have no opinion. I don't wear them. This is how I dress normally. I am not an Aloha shirt kind of guy. Now, Stan Sakai has a good collection of Aloha shirts. He looks good in them, but then again, he spent a lot of time in Hawaii. I think he was raised in Hawaii, as a matter of fact. So why not? Me, however, nah, not my thing. He also asks, favorite book series? Well, I've read a lot of book series, which are very, very good. My favorite book series, really, is about 100 years old. Be right back. I've got a couple of examples here. Yeah. It's a very, very old edition. The stories of Albert Payson Terhune, who was a collie fancier. You can see the frontispiece here has a number of collies on it. He owned an estate in New Jersey, and he raised collies, and he wrote stories about his dogs, and they are absolutely captivating, primarily because Mr. Terhune, I believe, understood dogs more than just about any human being I have ever met. Two of his stories he wrote, The Way of the Dog and The Heart of the Dog. He knew about these animals much, much more than your average person who has a mutt lying around the house can even conceive. Dogs are complex creatures. We don't give them enough credit. So there are quite a number of stories that Mr. Terhune wrote. I have a number of them up here now. I read them in my youth. I've reread them now and again. They never get old. What else is going on in this thing here? Oh, and Grumpy Tianlong says, "What are you drinking right now, wine thief?" What am I drinking? Nothing. What was in this glass? Water. This is the wineless stream. The first, and Lord willing, last one that I will ever do. So I have had no alcohol today. I will have no alcohol today until I get back from work. When I get back from work, I might just, crack open some of the bottles over there. There's one that I've been saving, but I really don't know what for. It was given me by the Magyarföld. It is a Hungarian wine called Tokai. Tokai comes in different levels of sweetness and strength, from 1 to 7. This one is number 6. This is on the pricey, stronger, and sweeter end. I am looking forward to cracking that open, but again, I have to find the right time. Let's see. Oh, Chitabengo says, the bum wine? No, I will never get that desperate. If there were to be an earthquake right now, and my condominium were to collapse around me and trap me inside, and I could get to the refrigerator, and the only thing between me and dying of thirst was the bum wine that I still have in that refrigerator, I would have to let myself go. Some of you may remember the bum wine stream that I did. I drank Night Train Express, Mad Dog 2020, Thunderbird, Wild Irish Rose. It was not a good night. I still have 3 bottles of Mad Dog 2020 in my refrigerator. I don't know what to do with them. I don't want to throw them out. Hell, I spent $2 a piece on them. That's money, but I can't give it to guests. Maybe I should invite over somebody I don't like. Well, there's an idea. How about that guy that said there's no such thing as free publicity? I think I know where the bum wine is going. Okay, mental note. And Grumpy Tianlong says, "Are you trying to make me vomit all over your chat box, wine thief?" Please do not do that. As I said, Tianlong is a massive creature. If he vomits on the chat box, he's going to drown everybody, so please do not. Silent on the weird greenish blue concoction you got at EF. I can only vaguely remember what that was. I don't think I did any more than take a sip of it. It's something that is popular at EF. It looks very much like radiator fluid. I don't know if I would recommend it. Furry Foxes says, send them my way. No. You don't want these. Trust me on that. Yes, indeed. Mad Dog 2020, MD 2020. It doesn't actually stand for Mad Dog, but it might as well be. And Grumpy Tianlong says, my human has a dog that has a question for the face on the screen making noises. Bark, 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 yip, yip, yip. No. That was during the Nixon administration. I was alive then. I remember that. Let's see. I've been doing this for an hour already. I'm going to change the format just a little bit for right now because what I offer to some of my very, very kind patrons out there are drawings. I'm not going to call it art. I'm going to call it drawings. My hand moves across paper and puts lines on the paper, and those lines generally have no meaning at all. So I ask people what they want me to draw, and they tell me, and I put lines on the paper that have no relation whatsoever to what they ask me to draw. So let's do that, shall we? Okay, I got to move this. This has to move away. This has to move. And as you all know, I have the stolen from a laboratory long ago. Let's see. So oops. I'm going to put that there. this goes here. 3-finger clamp. Okay, that's where the camera's going to go. Okay, say goodbye, say goodnight. Okay, here we are. Yes. All right, so this stupid wires got to go like that, and this comes here. That's my, whoa, we're tilted. Okay. No, that's not going to work. Here. Yay! That seems to work. Oh, I have to go up a little higher. Zoom. Yeah. There's technical difficulties. Pardon me while I get this fixed here. I think I fixed that focus thing. Yay. Okay. Let us get out the amazing sketchbook. See? Sketch. I'm going to sketch. And we shall open it up to the first page. There we are. We shall get it centered, more or less. Okay. And we're going to pull up the list of what people want drawn. Okay, we're going to start at the... Okay, all right. Gummibjorn, dear Gummibjorn, is a wonderful, wonderful man, would like a graphic representation of the anxiety/expectations of going through this stream without the help of alcoholic stimulants. The graphic representation of anxiety/expectations of going through this stream without the help of alcoholic stimulants. Okay, graphic representation. Let's make this one go this way, right? Okay. Yeah, graphic representation. Okay, graphic representation. Let's see. All right. Okay. Well, okay. Here's me. I kind of have a head, and my head is kind of weirdly shaped like that. I have ears that stick out a little bit, and my hair is kind of fuzzy, kind of like a moth's antenna. Just ask Moth Monarch about that. I got a weird bubble nose here. Yep. Let's see. Anxiety and expectations. Well, here's the anxiety and the expectations. We've got a lovely wine bottle up here. Yeah, that's a wine bottle, believe it or not. Yeah, it's got a cork in it and wine. Yep. And here is the problem. The problem is that I don't get to have any. So it's like a thought balloon kind of thing going on here. Yeah. So I'm like, looking up at that, and I was like, yeah, and I got shoulders, and I got my collar, and I got my tie. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Oh, we need a single tear coming for, yeah, that's pretty much how I felt getting ready for this damn thing. All right, there. How's that? You happy now? Okay. All right. You gotta sign it. Yay, that's me. And this is going to be for Gummibjorn. And I'm going to write this up here because actually I probably don't need to. Normally I write people's name on it because I'm inebriated and I don't know, who asked me for what. But I think I can figure this out. Okay. All right. Now next, I don't know if Chaosy Chaos has joined us. I'm going to look up here. No, Chaosy could not be with us, it looks like. But Chaosy Chaos, darling creature, didn't get to contact me for the last wine stream in time. So I did not draw a picture for Chaosy, and I feel very, very badly about that. But I'm going to do it now. What she asked me for last time was a picture of Kage carving a fine wino lantern. A wino lantern. Oh boy. Okay. All right. Okay, wine-o-lantern. All right. Well, let's see. A wine-o-lantern. Okay. Well, the classic o-lantern has like, triangle shape. For some reason, it's always got triangle shaped, eyes and nose. I really don't know why. And then you usually make like this strange like open mouth kind of thing like that. But we're still carving it, right? So we've only gotten this far. But this is a wine-o-lantern. So you see what we have here, this is actually a grape. And I am using a very, very, very sharp X-Acto knife, yep, to carve this, because it is very, very hard to carve a grape. So let's see. I am, boy, can I even draw hands? I don't know. I don't draw hands very often. There's like a thumb, and then this comes like that, and the fingers kind of go up like, I don't know, this thing continues this way, and just like there's fingers here, and then the rest of the hand, and there's other fingers, and probably, I don't know, maybe I was doing something funny like that. Okay, and I've got a thumbnail there like that. It kind of looks like a dragon, doesn't it? Okay, and this fingernail kind of goes over there, and the hand comes like that. And and I'm wearing my nice new French cuffed shirt with the lovely cufflinks. You see, Doc Rat actually gave me these cufflinks here, so I'm very, very happy to be wearing them and showing them off. These are a wonderful, wonderful gift, and I don't often get to wear cufflinks, so we're going to have me wearing my paw print shaped cufflinks here, right? Yep. And that's like linking my cuff together. Okay, yeah, that is the wine-o-lantern that I am carving into a single wine grape. If you want to use your imagination, maybe that's even a muscadine grape. You can ask Chitabengo what a muscadine grape is, okay? All right, so that is, I apologize, Kayazi KS, for missing last time. I hope you'll accept my apology and accept this wonderful wine-o-lantern that I drew for you. Okay. Silver. Did Silver make it today? Because Silver noted, let's see. No. Okay, here is what Silver said. Silver said, I will be dealing with a heavy hangover somewhere just off the coast of Norway with a possible gambling debt. That's why Silver is not on the stream. Let's draw that. We're going to draw Silver. Let me get a picture here. Silver is a wolf, so I need a forlorn, hungover wolf. I'm putting into the pictures here, forlorn, hungover wolf. Wow. Yeah, do a web search for forlorn, hungover wolf sometime. You'd be amazed what you get. Okay. All right. So, Silver is off the coast of Norway with a gambling debt and a bad hangover. Okay, we're going to have to go sideways for this here, all right? So Silver's a wolf, right? He's a wolf. So wolves kind of have these kind of blunt, boxy muzzles, and they got big noses like this. And they've got floof, it kind of comes out like this. They have these big triangular ears, kind of like that. Yep. And he's badly hung over. Yep. And he's got like, owl. So he is badly hung over, and he's off the coast of Norway. Okay, he is off the coast of Norway because he is on a a Viking dragon ship. Yes, yes, that's why he is off the coast of Norway, and it comes up here, and it's like rawr, I am a dragon, yay, rawr, rawr, yeah, I'm an angry dragon, and I got horns because I'm a Viking here, right, yeah. Okay, and let's see, because it's a Viking ship, you got to have those like round things they always put on the front here. I never could figure out why they did that. It's like bumpers or something. Oh, we got to have, there's always a sail on these things here, and the sail was like, you know, I don't know, kind of big, something like that, and it's attached up here to some kind of big stick that they put up in the middle here, and they usually had like, you know, lines and stuff on it. With a gambling debt. Wow. How would I draw a gambling debt? All right, I gotta look up what is the symbol for Norwegian crown? It's a Norwegian KR. There it is, the Norwegian crown symbol. Oh, wow, really? That's funky. Okay. All right, let's try that. Let's see if I can draw that. Okay. The Norwegian krone. It kind of. Wow. They kind of think they're Japanese here. It's kind of got a box like this, right. Yeah, and then it's got this like a C coming down like this here, and it's got the rest of the C attached to it like that, and then it comes like this, and you still got to fill it in. Yep. And then this kind of it's like standing on stilts, kind of shaped like that there. Yep. And it's got like a cross piece, kind of comes like that. And ready? And yes. Like unto my poor wine. There we are. Okay, that is his problem, and he is like, you know, totally sad and about to be seasick, but we're not going to draw that. Okay, all right, there you go. Okay, how's that look? What do we all think of that, right? Okay, that is Silver with a heavy hangover somewhere off the coast of Norway with a possible gambling debt. Okay, I like that. All right, let's try another one here. Let's see what else I can do here. Okay. Here's another one I didn't get to last time. I really suck. But this one came in at like 6:10, and I'd already started the stream. And once I start the stream, I really can't look at you know, anything, right? Okay, this came in from Zragon with a Z. Could you draw 3 cats mewing against the moon? Sure, I could do that. Okay, 3 cats. All right, cats. Let's see. Cats have kind of cleft noses like this, right? Yep, and they got whiskers, and then their heads kind of, you know, kind of come up like this, and cats have kind of cat-shaped ears like that, and they're happy, and he's mewing because his mouth is open here, right? And that's cat number 1, and then cat number 2, he's got you know, cleft palate as well. Poor cat with a cleft palate. All right, this comes up here, and he's got cat-shaped ears too. And he's happily, yep, oh, he's also got whiskers, right? And then we got another cat over here. Maybe I'll draw a grumpy cat. No, that's copyright. Can't draw a grumpy cat because he's a copyrighted figure. Okay, this cat's a little fluffier than the others, right? So he's got, you know, ears kind of, oh boy, he's got funky shaped ears. Let's fix that one there. All right. And these cats, they're all mewing together. Yep. Yeah. Okay, so the cats are all mewing together. Yes, against the moon. Okay, well, here's the moon, right? And the moon, it's got, you know, it's got like craters on it here. There's the Sea of Tranquility down here. There's the man in the moon, because you gotta have a man in the moon, right? Yeah. And it's got craters there too. And there's this big thing down here they call Tycho, but you can only see it sometimes. Okay, yeah, 3 cats mewing. God, that sucks, doesn't it? Oh well. Okay. So that's for Zragon for the last time. And again, I'm very sorry, Zragon, I missed you last time. So this is a makeup for you, okay? Oh boy. All right, that's about half the drawings. Let's keep going. Let's keep going. Boy, there's a bunch. Oh boy, what else we got here? James Beach. Hello, James. James Beach would like me to draw a deer driving a car with a human in the headlights. James, you are sick, but I love you. Let's do that. Okay, deer driving a car. Okay, well, let's start with the deer. Deers have these kind of cervine shaped heads, right? Kind of like this. And they got ears that do that sort of thing. And he's a kind of a derpy deer, right? And not only that, they have these weird, you know, like trees sticking out of their head here. You know, so we got deer trees. And they got, you know, prongs and things sticking out everywhere. Which is something deer do, and this deer is kind of upset. It is going to be upset because I forgot to draw one of his ears. Okay, let's draw these a little more tree-like there. Okay, trees, deer trees. Yeah, okay. And he's in a car. He's driving a car. Okay, the car's got a windshield, and I guess his trees are going through the roof there. Okay, he's got to go through the roof there for that. And the car kind of comes like this. It's a foreign car, right? It kind of comes down like that, and it got wheels. You know, it's got wheels, and it's got a really long wheelbase, and it's got the window here, and it's got that top thing. And I should have made it a convertible. Yeah, I really should have made it a convertible. Okay, it's got a steering wheel. Gonna have a steering wheel. You know, he's got his little hooves on the steering wheel here because he's driving it, right? And you're gonna have yep. And he's got a human. The human kind of looks like me, right? Because why not? I kind of look like every other human out there. Okay, so this human, we're gonna give him some longer hair. How's that, right? Because it's standing on end, and he is bedazzled by the amazingly bright headlights coming his way, right? And he's just like, wow, whoa, what the hell, dude? Yeah, kind of stop, yeah. Yep. So he's gonna be wearing a tie too, you know, because that makes it easy to draw, right? And the headlights, and they're like shining their beams on him here, right? Oh, he's got to have a door handle, you know, and the door kind of comes down like this here, you know, and that's a door handle, and let's draw the rest of the top of the car. You know, that almost looks like what he wanted me to draw. I'll be damned, I'm getting better at this shit. Okay, all right. Okay, what do you think? Yes, no, maybe, I don't know. Oh, wait, that's right, deer's got these noses, right? Yeah, somebody send this to Tyrrell. I'm curious what he thinks about that. All right. What else do we have here? What else? Silver Gatoman wants me to draw. What? Okay, all right. Silver Gatoman wants me to draw a zombie hand turkey eating turkey. Let me think about that. A zombie hand turkey eating turkey. Yeah, we can do that, I guess. Okay, first off, we need a hand turkey. Hand turkeys are easy. Hand turkeys are you do this here, right, and make yourself a turkey out of your hand, right? All right. And there's your hand turkey. right? And your hand turkey kind of comes down. He's got turkey feet, kind of like this. Yep. But, oh, you see he's got like this thing and he's got a beak. Yep. But he's a zombie and he's like, hey, I am a zombie. And he's like dripping blood from his beak and everything. And because he's a zombie, he's like rotting away and he's got like pieces of flesh hanging off of him here. Yeah. And turkeys got, you know, weird things coming out of their heads, and they got this thing on their neck. Nobody really knows what that's for, right? Okay. Let's see. He's eating turkey. He's a zombie, and he's eating turkey. Okay, I'm at a loss. What do I draw here? Okay, we're gonna cheat. Here's what we're gonna do. He's eating turkey, right? Okay, he's eating turkey. We're gonna okay. He's like taking a big chunk out of it. Okay, we got this here and then that, and it's like, yeah, nom. He's nommed a bunch of it here. And we got that. Yep. It's like that. Yep. And there. And he's going over. Nom. Brains. Okay, there. That is a zombie turkey eating turkey. I couldn't think of anything else. So, all right. Well, there you go. It's a zombie hand turkey eating turkey. Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. I'll be here through Thursday. Okay. All right. What do we got next? Yay, Silent Dawn. Silent Dawn. Oh, Silent Dawn. We're going to go this way for Silent Dawn. All right. Silent Dawn loves tigers, right? Silent Dawn wants a tiger happily carrying a brand new shiny cell phone around in his muzzle. Okay, we're going to make a tiger. Tigers have like cat-shaped faces, right? They have cat-shaped faces like this, which means they have that kind of cleft palate, which doctors can fix these days. I don't know why cats, don't pay attention to that. All right. And since he's a tiger, he's got some extra like floofies, and tigers have like these big cookie-shaped ears up here, which they're so big they go off the paper, right? And since he's a tiger, we got to have stripes, so just some tiger stripes coming around his face here. He's a very happy tiger, right? And he is carrying around a brand new cell phone in his. I'll be back. Hang on. Okay, okay, brand new cell phone in his muzzle, right? Okay, here we go. Right. Let's see. So it kind of comes down like this, and around like this here. Let's hold it real still. Yep. And then this comes up like that. There. Right. And does it? Nope. He's got it there. Okay. So it's a. He likes Verizon, so he's got himself a Verizon cell phone. It's got this little dot down there for whatever reason, and it's a, it is a Motorola. It's got this little like silver thing here, and there's this little dot up there, and the screen is very, very big screen, so the screen kind of comes around like this here. Yep. Yeah, that's your screen, and what does the tiger have on his the tiger on his wallpaper has, of course, a tiger. Yeah, because, well, tigers are cats, and how cats are. So he's got some floof coming out here. He's got the big cookie-shaped ear, right? Yeah, and the stripes coming in, and there, and on his screen, the tiger it's happily carrying a new cell phone in its mouth, right? And right. So it's a Motorola, and he likes Verizon, so it's Verizon here, and it's got a little dot up like that, and he's a very, very, very happy tiger, you know, carrying his little cell phone around. And on that cell phone screen, there is a tiger, because, you know, tigers like tigers, right? So he's got some floof coming out here and a big cookie-shaped ear, you know, and stripes, and that's a happy tiger. And he has got a nice new cell phone in his mouth. And on that cell phone, there is, of course, a tiger. And it kind of goes like that. Tigerception! What do y'all think? Yeah, tigerish? Enough tigers? Does that make you, is that enough tigers for Silent Dawn? Let's hope so, because I cannot fit any more tigers on the paper. Oh, wait, sorry, I forgot the whiskers. Tigers have whiskers. Kind of like this, like that. And this tiger cannot be without his whiskers, right? And this tiger must have his whiskers. Yes. All right, there you go. Okay. That is a tiger happily carrying a brand new shiny cell phone around in his muzzle. All right. Now, the next two requests come a little strangely. Actually, oh wait, I forgot one. There's one more. This comes from Floopy Snow. Oh, please tell me Floopy Snow is here. I love Floopy Snow. Floopy, are you here? Hello, say something. Oh, we don't have Floopy Snow. Oh, well. I'm still going to draw what Floopy Snow wants, because Floopy wants to have a poster advertising the next wine stream with Fox Amour. Yay, we can do that. We can do that. Okay, let's do that. A wine stream poster advertising Fox Amour. All right, Fox Amour has a kind of pointy fox nose, like that, and the fox floof comes up like this, but it's mostly centered near their head because their noses are so pointy, and they've got, you know, almost wolf-like but more pointy ears. And he's also always happy, right? Gotta have whiskers. Gotta have whiskers. Yep. Yep. And he is just so musical. He is constantly surrounded by musical notes. Let's put some quarter notes. I would make these 16th notes over here, right? Okay. And this will be like a quarter note. We need a half note over here, and maybe another, you know, eighth note for the bass register up like that. And we're going to say wine stream live. With you know, I might actually use this as the graphic for when I advertise that stream. See, it's a fox, he's making music, and it's okay. That kind of worked. Thank you, Floopy Snow. I hope you get to watch this, and again, I'm sorry you weren't here to see me draw it. Now we're going to get to the funky ones, okay? First off, is James Blue Jay hanging out here? Because James, there you are. Yeah, you. Yep, I'm talking to you, James. James has decided he wants to make my life a little bit miserable today. Okay, let's see what we can do. James will have to be the one to tell me who wins this. Here is James's question. Now, no going to Google. Leave your little cell phones in your pockets. This has got to be an honest thing. Anybody who Googles it, you're cheating. James would like someone to tell him How many children did the composer Johann Sebastian Bach have in total, at least that we know about? So J.S. Bach, how many children did he have that we know about, or at least that he was willing to admit to? So we'll wait. La, da, da. Chittibango seems to think it's 12. Is that correct, James? Bellarose Sparkles thinks it's 11. Raina Lee thinks it's 6. James says nope. Sorry, Chittibango. Sorry. How about 11? Nope. Nope. No, Bellarose. Sorry. Arctic Zero. Nope. Not 6. Not 7. Or is it 7? Is it 7? Still waiting for James. Hello, James. Ah, Arctic Zero. Arctic Zero. You better not have Googled that, Arctic Zero. Okay, Arctic Zero. Here's the deal. Thank you all for playing. But Arctic Zero, I'm going to ask you, oh boy. I need you to choose an animal that I will use to illustrate my favorite piece of classical music. So, okay, let's see what happens here. So, Arctic Zero, what animal should I use to illustrate my favorite piece of classical music? I am waiting for you. Tell me what it is. You can stop pointing out numbers. We've already got the answer. Thank you very much. Okay. You can stop pointing out numbers because we already have the answer. Thank you. It is 7. It is 7. Or it's 7 enough. Okay. So now, Arctic Zero will tell me a bald eagle. A bald eagle. Okay. Oh, thank you very much. You would have to choose something like that, wouldn't you? Okay, bald eagle. Let's see. I'm going to go... bald eagle. This is my favorite piece of classical music. It would go with a bald eagle. I got it. I got it. This will be perfect. This will be perfect. Okay, bald eagle. First off, bald eagles. Let's see. Okay, first off, something you have to know about a bald eagle. Bald eagles are dumb. I really hate to tell you, but bald eagles are dumb. So a bald eagle, first off, they have this particularly long, heavy beak with a hook on the end of it. It looks very, very raptorial and everything. Yep. And their nares are actually kind of up here, as I recall. Yep. Remember, I used to work with birds of prey, and they kind of have this strange thing around them. I'm not really sure what they call that. So this one is busy being bald. Okay. And then on their head, they almost look like dragons because they get very, very floofy up top here, right? But they are birds, right? And they come down and they're very angry all the time. It's like, hey, I'm an eagle, yay. I'm a bird who is almost like a dragon because I think I'm an eagle. Okay, I got this thing in there. And the thing about bald eagles is that they have wings, and they use their wings for flying and not for grabbing anything, which is difficult because I kind of want this one to be grabbing something. Okay, he's going to be grabbing something with his talons, because bald eagles have long, sharp talons, and then they usually have like 3 of them, and their toes kind of come around like this, right? And then they've got this other one that comes around the other way, right, with a long toe. That's called the hallux, by the way, on the other side. Yep. And so he's using his badly drawn talons, and they have these kind of spindly legs that kind of something like that, to pull taut the cord, which is attached to the old-fashioned cannon which is rumbling out the 1812 overture. There you go, there you go. Okay. Yay, how's that? Tchaikovsky would love it. So, a bald eagle who is doing the percussion for the 1812 overture. I hope you like it, because that's what you're getting. I don't know what else to draw. Okay, now, Congo Cheetah. If Congo Cheetah is here, I would like to know, because if Congo Cheetah is here, I'm going to punch him. No, he's not. He's smarter than that. Okay, this is going to be the last drawing for this wineless stream. And I saved it for last because, all right, here's what Congo Cheetah wants. I am going to ask people for single words. Single words. I am going to choose 5 of the single words that you're going to put out. Congo Cheetah would like me to ask all the other patrons in the chat to contribute something to the overall picture. So something of a Franken picture. So if you start throwing out single words, I shall put them into the drawing, but I get to pick which ones they are. All right, what's going to go into this drawing? Again, no sentences. Okay, how about obese? Oh dear. Wolf. Furry is obvious. Brie. Table. Japan. Oh, why not noodles? Okay, that's 6. That's enough. No more words, no more words. Thank you. Okay. Japan, obese wolf, brie, table, noodles. Give me a second here. Okay. Table I got. Table's good. I got that one. Okay, let's do this thing, all right? Let's do this. Obese wolf. Obese wolf. Okay, he's really, really tubby. He kind of comes like this. He's really round. And he's got really, really thick, heavy legs, which come down like this. Really, really hefty, even heftier than that. And then, yep, and he's got, like, you know, thick ankles. He should see a doctor about that, right? And this obese wolf, he's got really, really thick, hefty arms, which come in like this, because he is, yep, a sumo wrestler. Right, he's a sumo wrestler, so he's got like this thing around his waist here, right? This thing that, yes, because it's in Japan, and he's a sumo wrestling obese wolf, right? And since he's an obese wolf, he's got the big wolfy muzzle, and he's got lots of heavy-duty floof coming out like this here, and big wolfy-shaped ears. Yep, and I am Japanese. Oh, I'm in trouble for that one, right? And oh, it's just in case you couldn't tell. All right, okay, there's, okay, all right, there's Japan. And next to him is a table. A table. The table is, oh, it's too tall. This is a Japanese table. Well, okay, it's kind of it's a short table, right? It's a short table because it's Japanese, right? Okay, so I'm going to put that there. And it goes off this way. And on that table, because he's a sumo wrestler, and sumo wrestlers need to eat a lot, he has a big hunkin' bowl of noodles. And the noodles are like all tangled together and noodly, and there's a few trailing down like this here. because you know our obese sumo wolf must have his noodles, right? So there's his bowl of noodles, and it's a hot bowl of noodles. Yep. And he is oh boy. And he is got it. He's got also for his lunch here, he has got a piece of a wheel of brie. Get it? Brie? Yeah, he's eating brie because he likes brie. Okay, and brie has this kind of stuff on top, as I remember. Okay, so we have an obese Japanese sumo wrestler wolf standing next to a table with noodles and brie. Yay, we're done! What do you think? Hey, yay, yes, good, yes, no, yes, hello? I think that's enough for one day. What do you guys think? Let's just yay, thank you all for your attention. I'm going to put this over here. And let's take this thing, no, scraping on my table. Oh, terror. Okay, this goes back. Oops, get the cord out of the way. Let's see, this has got it. Whoa. Okay, and there. Let's embigify this so I can. Oh, yeah. Hey, I'm back. Hi, everybody. Okay, well, that was not art. That was lines on paper that have nothing to do with what people wanted me to draw for them. I apologize for the quality, but hey, you know, whatever. Oh, my ring stand left a bunch of dust, like rust on my table here. I gotta get rid of that. Now, where were we? Grumpy Chenlong. I think I shall steal this drawing idea for the next Grumpy stream. It seems fun. It is fun. It's more fun if you actually have a proper drink in you, but I guess I enjoyed it anyway. I got something. And I must spread my hands in an arc and say it's art. It's art. There, how's that? And Silent Dawn says, moth dust. Moth Monarch, were you on my ring stand here just now? It doesn't look like moth dust. Moth dust, by the way, is scales, and they belong on the moth. Thank you very much. When I have two griffin over here, says Furry Foxes, we will also have some brie to eat with the bottle of brie. I'm way ahead of you. I am hoping maybe I'm targeting February, March, something like that. It is difficult for me to plan my springtime because there's a lot of things going on in spring, not the least of which is Anthrocon's annual board meeting, which has to be very, very carefully planned to make sure people are available. And, Beauty the Base is here. Hey, Beauty the Base, how you doing? You finally got here, and I am glad to see you here. You missed the intro, but it's okay. This will be put on the used tubes, and it will be available to all the patrons and the nice friends who are here. Dear me. Moth Monarch, do not start me about moths. I'm a terrible, horrible moth nerd. Okay, we will not start you about moths. How's that? Just stay out of my closet. Okay, thank you very much. Let's see. And Beauty the Base says, moths are adorable. Oh, way to suck up to Moth Monarch. Yeah, go ahead. And yes, the Griffin will be invading the den. Now, the thing about the Griffin is he doesn't actually like white wine. So while we will share one bottle of white wine, I'm safe because I can get him beer, whiskey, red wine, stuff I don't drink. Also with Foxamore likes to drink Guinness. And I don't drink Guinness, so we're not going to fight. I happen to think back, hawks and owls have a tendency to get along because they never see each other. They hunt in different times of day in different areas, and they tend to eat, for the most part, different kinds of things. So whereas they will occasionally fight, you will sometimes see a hawk and an owl sharing the same tree and not having a problem. That's kind of how I'm going to feel about having Fox and Moore here. We're not going to fight because he won't drink my stuff. I won't drink his. Okay. Let's see. Oh, have two drink the bum wine. I like to. I wouldn't do that to him. Let's see. Chitabengo says, show us pictures later. The red and white one was stunning. What red and white one? What are you talking about? Oh, what else can I talk about? See, if I have alcohol in me, I can always go off on a thoughtless, drunken ramble. The problem here is I'm thinking about what I'm saying, and that's not as fun, really. I don't really know what to do. Oh, moth monitor. I'm sorry. Chitabenga was talking about the moth. Oh, you raise moths because moths don't like to be on the ground. They like to be elevated. So Naomi raises them. It's a little pun. You see what I did there? Because anyway, I'm starting to get. Oh, Silent Dawn wants to know what is on my cufflinks. I thought, well, you might have seen these when I was drawing. This is a French cuffed shirt, and these cufflinks, well, you can see what's on the cufflinks. Are you surprised? These were a gift from Doc Rat. If you've not read the Doc Rat comic strip, it is one of my favorites online. It is www.docrat.com.au because he is Australian. And last year, he made, as a gift to me, this lovely, lovely pair of cufflinks, which made it necessary for me to go out and get some French cuffed shirts so I can wear them. But they had a tiny, tiny extra bit of class. And I need all I can get, believe me. Oh dear, shrinking resident. Stop using light blue names against the white background. But Shukin resident. Hi, good to see you. Oh wait, you're the guy driving through the snow. I'm glad you made it. Thank you very much. Dare I ask what this bum wine is that you keep referring to? All right, I'll be right back. I'll get it. This is MD 2020, commonly called Mad Dog 2020 by the desperate winos that drink it. It is a flavored, infused alcoholic beverage, somewhat high in alcohol. Yes, grape wine with natural flavors. Yeah, right. Mad Dog 2020 is often seen lying next to the unconscious vagrant on the street corner, lying in a pool of his own urine. Now, I don't just have one, unfortunately. I've got several. I've got the Orange Jubilee, and you notice it's not really orange. That color doesn't exist in nature. And then we have more Electric Melon. It's called Electric Melon because if you take a taste of it, you will want to electrocute yourself. It is loathsome. It is foul. As much as I would like to have a drink right now, I am not desperate enough to drink these. Should I pour them out? Hell no, because I'm part Scottish, and these damn things cost $2.99 each. I am not going to pour them out. They're going to get some sort of use. I figure if anybody ever breaks into my house and I'm here, I'll be like, hold, don't move. Stay right there. And they'll be like, no, please. I'll open it. I'll open it. Get down on the ground. And I'll call the cops. The cops will see me. No, put that down, sir. Put it down. Put it down. Put it down right now. I'm going to put these back in the refrigerator so they're hidden. I'll be right back. Of course, you're torturing me with all this talk of wine. I really would like some, so I am getting desperate. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to have some wine vinegar. It won't get me drunk, and it really tastes awful, but it's better than the bum wine, and it's kind of close to the right color, and I can pretend, right? So, just give me the eyes. What the hell? Oh, it's got a shaker top. Isn't that cute? A shaker top. Mm, mm, Acetic acid. At one time, it was alcohol. So, according to the theory of homeopathy, this should get me drunk. Because at one time, there was alcohol in here. Yeah. Actually, kind of want a salad now. So, this is as close to wine as I'm going to get today. This portion of the Wineless Stream brought to you by Harris Teeter Grocery Stores. And Arctic Zero says, he lasted longer than I thought. I'm still lasting. This, oof, woo, I do like vinegar. And it kind of tastes like wine. Maybe I shouldn't have too much of that. Grumpy Qianlong is threatening to vomit all over the chat box again. Well, Sheshe, thank you very much for coming to join us. Chao Chi Bai, Ham Sap Lo, Yao Hai Le, and all those other Chinese sounding things. I hope to see you again very soon. Ow, I just got slapped. Silent Dawn would like me to try a root beer float with not your father's root beer. Well, I would hope so, because my father would be very upset if I was drinking his root beer. I do like root beer floats. I don't have them often, because they are very, very high in calories. But, oh, wow. Oh, Moth Monarch. Your room had leftover booze. You gave it to the door side. They were very happy. Okay. You had leftover booze. You gave it to the door side. That's kind of like saying, I did not have any leftover booze. The Dorsai love their booze. If there is leftover booze anywhere, they'll just sort of osmode it walking through the halls. Yeah. Blech. Still close to wine, and closer to real wine than that crap in the refrigerator. Belrose Sparkle would like to know about the fun times I had playing Doom. Oh my. Doom came out when I was actually just getting into Furry Fandom. I was rather miserable living in Chicago. It was not my favorite time. Furry Fandom was one of my solaces. Doom was the other. I spent a good deal of time outside of my work and my studies playing Doom. I can recall after my job came to an end and I was on the job hunt and didn't really have anything else to do, I spent just about the entire day sitting in front of my 486 Pentium computer, staring at the monitor and playing Doom. And I remember at night, as I was lying in bed, I could still see the rifle bobbing back and forth in front of my vision. It got me through some hard times. Yeah, I really do want a salad now. And Moth Monarch says, I'm the lightest of lightweights. That's perfectly fine, dear. I'll drink yours for you. Silent Dawn would like to know the oldest video game you've played. Okay. How do I answer that question? Because when I played it, it was not old. It was called Pong. It had just come out. They had one at the local arcade, a pinball parlor at the time. There were analog games, these strange driving games that you would, it was just like the current driving games, but you had a little car on a stick, and this belt would come down with little tiny magnetic cars dropping randomly on it, and you had to steer around them. That's what we played. And then Pong came out, and people were captivated. This, oh my, look at this. Boop, boop, And you could, they had, international news was showing how people went for 18 hours playing Pong back and forth. And after Pong, the next one I remember was Pac-Man. Pac-Man was groundbreaking when it came out. We all thought that was the be-all and end-all of video games. And now, only us old people remember it. You kids today, oh my God. When I was young, a video game, you had a joystick and a button. Maybe on some of the fancier ones, you had 2 buttons. Now, with this thing with the triggers and the stick and the A, B, C and the up, down, side, no, no way. I do not want to have to go back to school and get another degree in science just to play a damn game. Give me a button, or maybe 2, and a joystick. I can play Donkey Kong all day long. Yeah. Rainily, have you ever played pinball? Before Pong, pinball was what we had. I played pinball quite a lot. I was actually pretty good at it. There was a pinball machine in the Forest Tavern. In those days, in the summers, when I was a little kid tagging along with my dad on his job, yeah, in those days you could take your 10-year-old son to the local bar, and he would play the pinball machine while Dad had a quick drink with his buddies. I used to kind of hustle the guys there, as a matter of fact. They didn't realize I was as good. A 10-year-old was pretty sharp at that machine. But I did like pinball. I still am fascinated by the really, really fancy ones. The problem with the really fancy ones, you have multiple levels and the little things where the ball goes up. The fancier you get, the more that can go wrong with them. And it got very frustrating because they would break, people would mistreat them, and it took all the fun out of it. Yeah. Ugh. But again, it says wine in the name. Next question. Oh, and Rainily fixes all the ones at the local bike shop. They are beautiful instruments. They are works of art, really. The pinball machine was a marvel of engineering and lots of fun. A quarter. You would drop a quarter into it. The oldest pinball machine I can remember playing still took a dime. I remember dropping a dime into the thing. 3 balls, 1 dime. Yuck. Maybe I should continue the stream tonight after I get back from work. What do people think about that idea? I mean, like, do this for a little bit more and then say, okay, yay, I'm going into work. And then, like, tonight at maybe 6, 7 o'clock, start it again. Any ideas, thoughts, feelings? Oh boy, just do it. Please don't. Of course, duh. All right, I'll tell you what. Let's call it let's call it 6 o'clock at 6 o'clock. 6 o'clock Eastern time. That'll give me some time to have dinner and stuff like that. We'll go back to the Uncle Kage account. I won't announce it, but at least it'll be out there, and then we'll see how many people kind of stumble upon it by themselves. So the second portion we'll make public. This portion, though, at least for the next couple months, this will only be available to my dear friends and my beloved patrons. That sound fair? And I am going to drink tonight until wine comes out my tear ducts. So let's go for a little bit longer here, just because I'm procrastinating. I don't want to go into work. Oh, geez, especially on a Saturday. but it must get done. So, next question. Homeopathic wine. I'll just keep telling myself that. Raina Lee says, stop with the vinegar. Okay. Gone. See? Okay, Bella Rose. Bella Rose asks an excellent question. Can I get the work done within 3.5 hours? Yes, if it works. If I'm late, I apologize. I will be on tonight, and I'm going to target 6 o'clock. At that point, if you want to make the Twitter twatters or whatever, let other people know, yeah, sure, go ahead. But I will, I'll do my best to be on time. How's that sound? Bella Rose is very, very correct that science can sometimes be difficult to predict. James Blue Jay, why are you still drinking that vinegar? Well, because there was still some in the glass, but it's empty now. See? Yeah. You. Silent Dawn, do you have vinegar on French fries or potato wedges? Yes, I do. I hang out, I guess, with English people too much. I do enjoy vinegar on many foods. Let's see. Drax is going to go for now. I hope you can be there, Drax. This time you can see. I will use the regular introduction, the cute wineless introduction. That's just for you guys for this time here. Bye, Drax. Have fun doing whatever you're doing, and I'm sorry to keep you up too late. Yes, and Gummy Bjorn says, no Twitter, let's keep him to ourselves. That's not creepy stalker, is it? But okay, I know what you mean. You're very kind. Thank you very much. Chitabengo is going to duck out. Bother you all later. It's not a bother, my dear boy. I adore you. Shukin's stream froze. What's at 6? I'm going to come back at 6 Eastern time, and I will then have some proper booze, right? How's that sound? And the people watching this later on YouTube are like, what's he looking at and giggling at down there? You know what? You should have been here. Yeah, that's all I got to say. If you don't know what's going on, you should have been here. And no more of that. Don't know how much more my body could take. So let's see. Oh, I gotta get some grocery shopping done. I need to let's see, grocery shopping, go to work, get some dinner. Gotta have some food. Can't forget about that. Now I probably won't be able to go much past 9. I hope, because I do have to mind my dear father tomorrow and sit and enjoy his company. That'll be kind of difficult if I am in such bad shape. He's got to look after me. So I'll try not to drink too much. Moth Monarch, don't go away. I'd like to share with you all the most delightful present. I adore it to pieces. Organized by Chitabengo, the not bird, and brought to life by my darling Naomi, Moth Monarch. You all know I like neckties. Well, they created for me this necktie. For those of you who do not recognize the species, this is indeed an albatross, so that I may now wear an albatross round my neck. If you don't know what that means, you should have paid attention in English class. When I come back for the stream later tonight, I shall wear this tie, just for you, my darling. Keep it right here. Shukin Flash says, is this name color better? Not really. I still got to squint. But I am glad to see you here. I was a little bit worried when you said you're coming through a snowstorm, but I am very, very happy you made it. Um, yes. Arctic Zero, can you dance? No. How good? Not. No. Years and years ago, I was a lot more athletic. I used to be a folk dancer. I did folk dancing. Not no more. With the condition my poor back is in, if I were to, try a schottische, I would probably shatter my spine. Don't ever get old. It's not fun. Let's see. Got quiet all of a sudden. Did it freeze? I don't know. That's a good question. Shukin, where are you that it is snowing? I've got people from all over the world here. You seem to be the only one in a snowy area. I am curious too. Are you in Canada? Are you in Norway? Are you in Greenland? Northwest Indiana, pretty close to it. About to head home to Chicago. Oh, you are going to be at Midwest Fur Fest, I hope. I shall be at Midwest myself. I'm not performing. They didn't ask me to. I only perform at conventions where I'm asked. I don't presume that I'm going to walk in, I'm going to do a story hour. If a convention asks me to perform, I do. Midwest didn't ask this time. So if you want to see me at Midwest Fur Fest, I got one word for you. Bar. 2 words, actually. Red Bar. That's where you can find me. Let's see. What's the temperature in the triangle? Hang on, I'll tell you. The thermometer out here is 63 degrees Fahrenheit. So I probably will not wear a jacket when I go out tonight. Yes. Moth Monarch says, I love Red Bar. I love it too. The only problem is they tend to be a little pricey. Very pricey, as a matter of fact. So I've been saving my money. And Gummy Bjorn says, not that triangle. No, not that triangle. The Research Triangle, where I live here in North Carolina. And Raina Lee says, it's just cold in Kansas. We always thought Kansas was a warm country, isn't it? I guess it's temperate. It's not like Southwest sort of thing. Oh, Southwest. When I went to Arizona FurCon, talk about a shock. I left here in the fall. When I got to Phoenix, it was 100 degrees Fahrenheit and didn't dip below 88. Something happened down there too that as a person experienced with meteorological events, this was a new one on me. Everybody's stupid little cell phone suddenly started to squeal with the emergency broadcast system alert. They had a dust storm alert. I had never been through one before. So just like I'm always screeching at people for doing when they get a tornado alert, they run outside to see the tornado, and I say, don't do that, you idiots. I went outside to see the dust storm. It was not as really spectacular as I thought. It's like, here is a big cloud of dust. I see the same thing when I go up in the attic. So it's like, yeah, well, okay, great. All right. Then it rained and the temperature went down to 86. People were shivering. But I enjoyed Arizona FurCon. I really hope they invite me back next year because it was a blast. Let's see. Oh, Beauty of the Base. Yes, I am hoping to go to Confuzzled. I am registered, got my hotel room. The past 2 times I tried to go to Confuzzled, the airline that I took screwed me up and wound up canceling the outbound flight. So I didn't get to Confuzzled the last 2 years until Saturday afternoon, and then pretty much had to turn right around and go home the next day. That was not much fun. So I am going to cross my fingers and hope that the 3rd time is, as they say, the charm, so that I can finally get back to Confuzzled, which I do enjoy, and Confuzzled is just crawling with friends that I rarely get to see. Bueller Base says, use your SMD card. The SMD card only works so far. It does not work if the pilot comes on and says, oh, the left engine seems to be lying on the tarmac. Yeah, I really can't No. But I will say this for United, with some changes in leadership, they've been doing well of late. I have had no complaints the last couple of flights. But then again, as my granny used to say, even a blind chicken sometimes gets a piece of corn. We will see if United Airlines can keep this streak up. Melrose Sparkle, what do you think of the advances in augmented reality? I hear about them. I've not really experienced many of them. I tried that Oculus Rift thing at Eurofurence. Very interesting. But that's really been my only experience, so I can't answer that question with authority. Let's see. Shukin Flash. I got to move this stupid screen off of here because Shukin Flash says, I shall also have a bottle of Riesling drink. Yes, give it to me, please, or at least share it with me. I would not mind sharing a drink with you. And by sharing, I mean drinking the entire thing while you sit there and cry. No, I'm joking. I'm joking. That's Chin Long. Have you ever flown in a helicopter? Silent Dawn says, I have not. I have not flown in a helicopter to date. Oh dear. Yes, and Shukin Flash, when you went to Furpocalypse, it was on United, and you got united, didn't you? That's becoming a new verb, to become united. Oh, wow. Oh, well. And James Blue Jay, yes, you've not heard a lot of good things about it. As I said, I'll reserve judgment for now. They ousted their former chairman. The new chairman came in and said, I'm going to clean things up. United's going to be a much better airline. Then he had a heart attack, and now they've got a third chairman in. So it remains to be seen, doesn't it? All right, that's probably enough ranting and raving about airlines. What I'm going to do now is I am indeed going to head off to work. I want to thank everybody, my dear, dear patrons and my darling friends for coming and joining me this afternoon. It is very special to me that you would take time, especially prime time on a weekend, to listen to the old man make noise at you. I hope it was at least mildly entertaining and worth your while and your money, as I did it with the help only of, homeopathic wine here. Indeed, it is approximately 2:30 p.m. plus or minus a few minutes in the Eastern time zone. At 6 p.m. I shall be back. We'll be back on the regular channel, and at that point, all bets are off. I think I'm done with doing wineless stream for today. So once again, thank you very much, and we hope to see all of you very, very soon.